I call to order this meeting of the Warren County School Board for Thursday, March 12, 2015. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is to accept or modify the agenda. Is there a motion?
Madam Chairman, I move that we accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Community participation. Is there anyone who would like to speak to the board? Please come forward and state your name and address.
I'm going to do actually a Warren County Public Schools announcement first. I meant to bring invitations for each of you, and I'm just not quite that organized that I got them together before I came. But next Saturday, March 21st, there will be a countywide elementary chorus concert at Warren County High School at 11 a.m. March is Music in Our Schools Month, and we have been having a countywide elementary chorus in some form or another for more years than I can remember. It's gone from being called All Sing to lots of other things, and there was a fine arts festival, and we're not doing a big fine arts festival this year, but the elementary choruses are getting together, and we're going to have some student, what time? 11 a.m. We're going to have some student essays, or at least mini essays on music makes me. So they're going to tell the audience what music makes them do, sing, dance, how it makes them feel. We're not quite sure what we're going to hear yet. So I wanted to invite you to that. I'm going to put my other hat on now. As you know, I'm Kim Oakland. I am the Warren County Education Association president, and I wanted to just sort of encourage you to keep on having the discussion that you were having earlier. We really cannot afford to not, oh, that's a double negative, I'm sorry. That's why I'm not an English teacher. We just can't afford to lose any more teachers. We really can't. And I know that you're working, and Ms. McGinnis is working to have the increase, the best increase that you can with what you all are faced with. But I would really encourage you to look at the steps. I know you're talking about some other things as far as the study and everything, but I would encourage you to do something about those steps this year. We have people that have been making the same amount of money for 8 years, 9 years. That's really not going to encourage them to stay. So I would just say, keep on keeping on. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Consent agenda. Is there a motion?
I move that the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Report, staff report. Instruction report, Mr. Drescher.
Good evening. Nice to see everyone this evening. For tonight's instruction report, we're going to focus on our career and technical education programs. And Jane Baker, our coordinator of career and technical education and the principal of Blue Ridge Tech Center, is going to present. So I'll invite her up, and she will tell us some fun things.
Thank you.
Thank you all. I tell you, paraphrase
Clint Eastwood, I'm going to make your day. We've got a program that is growing by leaps and bounds, and more importantly, the kids are succeeding, and they are learning skills that are going to make them contributors to yours and my retirement accounts someday. I want to start with a little bit of discussion about our program here in Warren County. First of all, we have currently 751 enrolled in career and technical classes this semester. For the year, that's 1,473 students. I use the term students loosely because we have some students that take more than one class. Currently, I can think of a young man who is in the morning enrolled in our computer systems class, and in the afternoon he comes back and then he's in culinary arts. So we have students that see the potential in learning new skills that will help them later on, or more importantly, in defining for them a career path. And they come to our classes to take advantage of those opportunities. In Warren County, we have 17 program areas that are spread throughout the middle school and the 2 high schools and the tech center. The tech center, you see here listed, that leans itself more toward the trade and industry areas of certifications, where the high school programs lean more toward family consumer science and the business areas. The middle school is an opportunity for the students to experience all of the different areas in little bits and pieces to give them the opportunity to determine which direction that they would like to pursue. We have in those 17 program areas currently 54 offerings available to students. We have career and technical student organizations associated with each of those areas. I have highlighted 2 here. The first is DECA, which is the marketing student organization, and the second is the Skills USA, which is the trade and industry organization. I highlight those because in the past 2 years, these 2 organizations have either started anew or come back into organization. We were informed today about the article in the paper. We didn't realize, but there was a DECA here. The last time we know of someone winning nationally was 1990. So it's been a while, and I hope the person we missed highlighting will forgive me. 25 years is a long time. We also have FBLA, the FCCLA, FEA, TSA, and COSA. Industry certifications and credentials are an important part of what we do. These are recognized by industry. Some of the things that we look at and offer our students is the opportunity, for instance, for ServSafe Manager certification. I put that at the top because this is a first for Warren County Public School students. In fact, right now we have going through those classes 7 students. It's a certification that any restaurant in this, well, in the United States will recognize it, not limited to just Front Royal or Virginia. Any food establishment has to have on premises one person with that certification in order to operate. So it's giving our students something in hand when they walk into the door that is recognized and is in demand. Our students also receive OSHA 10 certifications. We have, of course, our nurse assistant or CNA exam. This year, our program has grown by 10 from last year's number enrolled in that class. This is the first year we'll get ready to test our students for the CompTIA certification. Here again, it's a computer science certification in networking that is recognized all across the nation. Our WISE financial literacy is, just as it sounds, it is a financial certification. I'm real tickled to tell you that because of our block scheduling, we test in the fall, we test in the spring. This year we had 2 teachers over at Warren County High School that had a 100% pass rate. So they will be named Blue Ribbon Teachers. The American Welding Society, a mouse certification, early childhood education and care, and then of course workplace readiness. We also offer dual enrollment through many of our CTE classes. Those currently being offered this semester are the Nurse Assistant 2, Electricity 2, our Computer Systems Technology 2, and our Teachers for Tomorrow. The top 3 are dual enrolled with Lord Fairfax Community College, and the bottom is dual enrolled with Shenandoah University. New opportunities. These are some places that we are having conversations as to where we want to go. One of those will be to bring on year number 4 for the Project Lead the Way Medical Sciences program. That is our medical innovations. We're ready to roll with that one. Moving things around there in the building to have space available for the new classroom. Going to put it back in your plates to approve all of that. We're working hard on our end so that it becomes a reality as far as having the space available and the equipment and things that the teacher would need. Computer applications. That's actually a course that next year is on the agenda to be offered to 8th graders. The reason I point that one out is it is a course that is offered to 8th graders with high school credit attached. So there again, we're building our students' resumes by giving them more and more opportunities to expand. World of Work, that is a collaborative effort that the 7 school systems, including Warren County, are in the planning phase on. That is focused on 7th graders. Next fall in October, it will be a 2-day activity in which we will bus every 7th grader from the 7 school systems into Kernstown, and they will participate in hands-on activities that are focused in the different areas of career and technical education. Healthcare hospitality internships. This is something else that I'm real excited about. Next week we will take 11 students from Warren County High Schools into Winchester. They will do a full day, 8 to 5 shadowing with staff that are in the hospitality and the environmental services areas. That will lead to the opportunity for them to apply for a 7-week internship that is paid this summer. And from there, if everything goes well, they will then have the opportunity next year to have part-time employment with Valley Health. That would be over here at Warren Memorial Hospital, and lead to a career with them if they so choose, and the opportunities that Valley Health can offer them. Job shadowing experiences with the 4th year of Project Lead the Way. One of the pieces that has been missing is the opportunity for students to go out into the community and shadow, actually on-job sites. We're looking and talking already with people of the medical community, as well as Tom Bree, my engineering teacher, is also working and talking with people in the engineering community. Program and credential expansion, the more that things become available, the more things change. We want to continue to look at what's out there and what we can offer our students to make them better prepared for what the world of work offers. Also, we want to work more closely with the people in the community, with the industry members that are here, to have more dialogue with them as to what they need and how we can meet their needs. Quite often, we kind of get backwards with that, and that we want other people to meet our needs, but we need to be looking at expanding the programs that we have in order to meet the needs of this community. May I have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
With your world of work, the 2 days where 7 different divisions bring all their 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who's sponsoring that or organized that?
Well, the career and technical people are organizing it. What we will do is, as far as the county, their obligation, and I say that in that it is an obligation, but their piece to it would be just to assist with transportation.
Right.
We're meeting with industry members, business members from throughout all 7 of the jurisdictions, and we're getting volunteers to come and to work it, to bring in things. And we have plans. We're going to have everything there from pig parks to backhoes. We're planning, it's going to be at
Yeah, I was going to say, what this,
Sportsplex. I don't know if you know.
It's a huge-
We have rented the entire building for those 2 days.
Wow.
that's neat.
And it's going to be wide open to our 7th grade students. We're talking about 2,800 total students. We're figuring we're going to invite parents to come along as well. You know, the way our economy is, not only do students need to learn about what's out there and avenues, but parents do too. You know, how many of us are in the same position that we started when we first got out of high school? So we're actually expecting somewhere around 3,200 to be here this year.
If Mr. Drescher kindly would, I'd love to have this PowerPoint
PowerPoint.
presentation. It's very informative, well done, and it just gives us so much information. If that could be sent to the board members, that'd be great.
You're very welcome. Anytime you want to come over and visit the tech center or, you know, obviously you all are the board, you know the door's always open, but always feel free to come in. We've got some things going on that would just amaze you, you know. Our nursing assistant program has now 2 of the mechanical arms that we were able to buy. The endowment provided us money, and now the students are using those to learn the pulse and blood pressure. It's just more accurate. You know, they're still practicing on each other, but it's a lot more accurate, and the teacher has a better call on what the student is actually hearing.
Right,
Those
right.
types of things go along.
More
We're
control.
excited. Any other questions?
Maybe I could borrow that mechanical arm.
Just glue it on.
Bionic woman.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Baker. Superintendent report.
I just have one thing tonight, and again, it's kind of a follow-up to Mrs. Baker's presentation. I would like to congratulate Katie Watson, who's a senior at Warren County High School. She's placed as a top finalist in the Marketing Management Series event and at the 72nd annual Virginia DECA State Leadership Conference that was held in Virginia Beach this past weekend. And she'll represent Warren County in the international competition in Orlando, Florida in April. And if anybody has any monetary donations they'd like to make to help her get there, I think anything would be appreciated. Thank you. So congratulations to Katie. That's all I have tonight.
Okay, thank you. Board reports. Mrs. Sharefko.
Well, I got to be in a few schools this week. I was over at Warren County High School doing my American Poetry Seminar, and as a teacher, you always anticipate certain responses to your questions. And this class not only really met my expectations, but they kept coming up with insights that I didn't think about. So I was writing feverishly because they just had great insight into this difficult poetry. So it was a lot of fun being there. And then today I visited some more schools and was so impressed with what we're doing at E.W. Morrison. The programs we were talking about tonight in the budget, I got to see, you know, what's going on, and just enjoyed that visit. I'm not in the elementary schools because I'm in the high schools most of the time working with those students, but it was just lovely to see some of the other schools that I don't visit and to learn all the great things we're doing, not only for students who have special needs or might be below grade level in certain areas, but what we're doing for students who are high achievers, which is so important because we have to look at every part of our population and try to meet the needs and, you know, teach everyone to reach a certain potential. So it was a great day.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wells?
Nothing, Steve.
Okay. Mr. Rosen?
Yeah, I was just wanted to state that I was certainly glad that Ms. McGinnis didn't hurt herself more than she did the other day, slipping in the hallway. And I'm going to comb through the budget and see if any rubber mats that we need to put in somewhere. Glad you didn't do any more damage.
You and me both.
Mr. Boyles?
Yes. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the voters of the North River District for electing me to serve them over this past 3-year term with the Warren County School Board. 2004 seems like it was a long time ago. I would also like to thank those that serve on our staff for a job well done. It's been my honor to serve with this school board and our wonderful superintendent. During my term on the board, we've accomplished so many different things. We've constructed a couple of new high schools, renovated and made an addition to and converted the old Warren County High School to Warren County Middle School. And happy to say that we'll be starting on another middle school construction this year. We've expanded the opportunities for students at the Mountain Vista Governor School and the Blue Ridge Technical Center. Through partnerships with the Board of Supervisors and the EDA, we have helped provide structures like the Public Safety Building, Samuels Public Library, and the Human and Health Services Building. Many years ago, I said that big business needed to come to this community once they saw that this commitment was willing to make the investment, and they've come. Our community has made that commitment and is paying off. We have good economic development and an overall pride in public education in Warren County. And I see it only improving over the next several years. While on the Warren County School Board, I've served as chairman and vice chairman. I've served on the redistricting and building committees. I was honored to be elected to the Virginia School Boards Association, and I served as their president. I served as a member and chairman of the nominating, finance, audit committees, and served as a member of the executive committee, and also served as chairman of the VSBA Valley Region. I believe that most people are aware of the illness that I have been battling for this last year. And I will continue to fight this cancer, but I find that I need all the strength and energy that I have to overcome this disease. After discussions with my family and my doctors, I feel that I should resign my position as a member of the Warren County School Board. I'm sorry. My resignation will be effective as of April 1st, 2015. I'd like to thank my wife and my family for allowing me to serve and put forth the time and the energy necessary to do this job. Thank everyone for the prayers that you've given me and my family. And finally, I started as your colleague, and I end up being your special friends. This will be friendships that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Thank you.
I have no report. We all cherish Roy. We're going to miss having him serve with us, and it's been a great honor for us to have you serve on this board. I don't think I can say anything more right now. We love you, and our prayers are certainly going to be with you.
Thank you.
And you still know the way down the hall in case you want to visit, and you're certainly welcome to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we will miss you as well. And we thank your family for allowing you to serve in the ways in which you've done over the years. And even though you won't be officially part of this group, I think you will always be part of this group, no matter who sits in that chair or anything else. I think all of us here feel that way. You all, as you've said, Roy, you as a group have done so much for Warren County Public Schools in the last, certainly during my tenure here, and I know that everybody in the school system appreciates your part in all of this. So thank you.
I don't think I'll get through this without crying, but I didn't know Roy at all before we appointed him to the school board. And I could see immediately, and that's one of the reasons we appointed him, is that he had children as his first priority. He had already done things as a parent for the schools, and he continued to do things, and he never had a political agenda. He never had nobody on this board has any agenda, never. And he's been an outstanding contributor to this board, representing us at the state level. And he's come to be not only a friend, but he's family. You know, we consider him family. He considers my husband and me family. And I'm sorry he's not going to be sitting up here after this month is over, but his influence will carry on. The new middle school, he was part of all of that. And I do love him dearly, and we will continue to keep him in our prayers and our thoughts. And thank you for your service.
Action agenda, presentations by staff.
I'm going to do Mr. Mitchell's.
Okay. Award contract for the purchase of a used vehicle.
We are requesting approval to purchase a used 2012 Ford Fusion automobile with 32,398 miles from G&M Auto Sales. This vehicle will be used on a daily basis for staff and student transportation. You can see on the back the buyer's order. The purchase cost is $17,944, and Mr. Mitchell currently has that amount of money in his transportation budget for vehicles. Mr. Ballantyne and I probably can answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Is there a motion?
Madam Secretary, I move that a contract in the amount of $17,944 be awarded to G&M Auto Sales for the purchase of a used 2012 Ford Fusion automobile.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Approval of part-time math coach position at Ressie Jeffers Elementary School. Mr. Drescher.
You'll recall that Ressie Jeffries Elementary is our school that is in improvement, and we've been working hard all year in math and reading. Hopefully you'll also recall that in September I came before you to get approval for a math coach that has been working with Ressie this entire year. After meeting with teachers and school administrators and looking at the mid-year data where we currently are, we're making some progress, but we'd like to kind of up our game. And I'm here before you this evening to request an additional math coach to be working with specifically 5th grade. It doesn't say that it does say that in there, specifically with 5th grade. And this position would support math instruction, working with the teachers and students in 5th grade to help out with that grade level as they try to up their game to have more students be successful in math. The position would be funded through Title I funds. There's sufficient funding to do that. We have that in place already, and what we would be doing instead of a couple of other things we had planned with the Title I funds is we would divert that to our substitute line item, because the cost for this position would be in the long-term substitute rate. So we have someone in mind to come in and help us. And I guess we'd ask for your approval to be able to get that person in as soon as we could.
Our current math coach, is that with 5th grade also? Or?
That's with the whole school.
Okay.
She's working with the whole school.
Students and teachers?
Yes, and she doesn't specifically work with students. This person would be working with students as well. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Would these two math coaches stay on when we are able to hire a math specialist K-12? Would we still need this support?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this is just for the remainder of this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just for the remainder of this year. Yeah, 14-15 school year.
And the other coach is beyond this year?
It's for
Just
this year also.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of it's something we hope we don't need specifically at that school after we've gotten this math figured out.
Okay.
After this year or?
After this year.
Okay.
But if we need something in the future, we'll be coming back and saying, if our Title I funds, we'd like to use it for a position again, another temporary position.
And we're hoping to have a math specialist on board for next school year?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Drescher? Is there a motion?
I move that a second part-time math coach position be created for the remainder of the 2014-2015 school year.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Presentations by superintendent. Acceptance of donation.
Local artist Linda Smiley has donated art supplies to be used in our art programs at our schools. She had a number of different kinds of paints and brushes and big sketch pads and a variety of things, a huge amount of things, and we ask that you accept these donations, and I in turn will write a thank you note to her for the supplies.
I'm looking at it. Since she's a friend of mine and an outstanding artist, I'd like to move that the donation of art supplies by Linda Smiley be accepted with gratitude.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
I just hope she didn't give us all of them. I hope she still has some left to continue her.
Oh yes, yes, and it's amazing. Her skill array is impressive. You know, painting, jewelry. I mean, you name it, she can do it. So she's very talented.
That's great. I wish I had some of that talent. Request to support expansion of Mountain Vista Governor School to include 10th grade.
I will read from the sheet here, the summary, and then I know if you have questions that both Mrs. Sharefko and I may be able to answer those. The original proposal for Mountain Vista Governor School was approved by the Virginia Department of Education and included the addition of 10th grade. However, budget constraints and space limitations until now have made the addition of 10th grade not possible. Lord Fairfax Community College, Mountain Vista's partner and the provider of classroom and support space, has agreed to provide support for the addition of the 10th grade. Based upon strong support from high-achieving middle school students and their parents, the Mountain Vista Governing Board, at its February 19, 2015 meeting, adopted a resolution calling for each participating school division to formally provide a conditional commitment to the expansion of the Mountain Vista Governor School program to include 10th grade. It is intended that the 10th grade would not be added next year for 15-16, but would begin with the 16-17 school year. And Mrs. Sharefko may want to just expand on the information at this point.
Right. I mean, initially when we went down to Richmond and had our plan, we wanted it to be a 4-year program. But it's been a 2-year program, and we have had 10th graders join us. But since it's it's a program really for juniors and seniors, some 10th graders have struggled. And I'm not talking about our county. I'm talking about we have 7 school divisions feeding our governor's school. And so we've wanted for so many years to add 10th grade. Lord Fairfax could not accommodate us, and I have to say Lord Fairfax is an outstanding partner. What they do for us, without them, I don't think we could have a governor's school, to be quite honest. So they're expanding their facilities, and they are going to make room for us to add 10th grade. And all of the sending districts are on board. So each of us on the governing board of Mountain Vista signed this resolution, and we're looking to each local school board for a commitment which is philosophical in nature or a vote of confidence to go forward, because our gifted coordinators need to start talking about parents and students about the courses they need to take in order to prepare themselves to possibly enter Mountain Vista as a 10th grader. And I will, so you can see the additional cost. You have that sheet. What it means for Warren County is $30,000 more, but we get more students going there, and the actual tuition rate per student will be reduced. And the state matches, gives us some funding too. But we've been able to add slots in all of our divisions. We call them at-large slots for no increase cost to us, no additional staff. But once you add 10th grade, you are talking about materials and staff costs. But we're all about students. We're all about children. And if you take a look at that 10th grade interest survey, And I want to draw your attention to the last page. Question number 6. If the student were to apply to Mountain Vista Governor School, in what grade would she prefer to enter? And you can see you had 76% saying they'd like to come in 10th grade, right? But if you look below at the chart, in Warren County, the percentage of our students who would like to join Mountain Vista as a 10th grader is 93%. Okay, last page on this chart, number 6. So 93% of our students want to come in 10th grade. They want a 3-year program, not a 2. So that's why I'm asking for your support, your commitment. Not that we're committing funds at this point because it's a different budget cycle, but we want all the counties to be on board. And up to this point, you know, they've been hesitant because of funding and all that sort of thing, but everybody's ready to move forward, and I certainly want us to move forward with them.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion? Or do you have any questions for me?
I'll make the motion, and then we can discuss questions or whatever. Or you want questions now? Whatever.
Go ahead. You
Okay.
have a motion. We can do it.
I move that the Warren County School Board commit to supporting the addition of 10th grade to the Mountain Vista Governor School for the 2016-2017 school year, contingent upon pending financial variables and constraints.
Second.
Discussion.
I would only say that of the many things that could be created in the education world and everything, Mountain Vista Governor School has been one of the most unqualified successes that I think we've had, and the opportunity to open it up to 10th graders and let them get that whole 3-year high school experience at Mountain Vista is an opportunity we can't afford to pass up. And if our partners are ready to go, then I definitely feel like we should be ready to go.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly support.
Thank you.
It's a nice enhancement.
Yes. Thank
Great.
you. Thank you for your support and all the work that you do with them.
It's been a
I know you enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Request to change meeting date of March 26, 2015 meeting to March 19th, 2015.
Due to the cancellation of the Thursday, March 5th meeting due to weather, it's recommended that the March 26, 2015 school board meeting be rescheduled to Thursday, March 19th, 2015 at 5 p.m. or other agreeable date and time. I hope not. Approval of the proposed budget at this meeting will meet the timeline necessary for the Warren County Board of Supervisors to approve the county and school board budgets at their April 21st meeting. In addition to approving the proposed budget, any other business or work session items that would have been on the agenda for the March 26th meeting can be covered at the meeting on March 19th. I think we had already mentioned that at the last meeting, that we probably would need to have a March 19th meeting because we need to do the budget. So
That's good for me.
So if I could, you probably need to make a motion or a vote on that.
Is everyone okay with that date change? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there a motion?
I move that the second March meeting previously scheduled for Thursday, March 26, 2015 at 5 p.m. be rescheduled to Thursday, March 19th, 2015 at 5 p.m.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. VSBA honor roll nominees.
Actually, the next two items have kind of gotten away from us in the last week or so. I have had one suggestion for a VSBA Business Honor Roll nominee, and because I have not heard from any of the rest of you or anything, I think maybe that's something we can discuss at the meeting on the 19th. Okay. We still have time. The nominees need to be turned in to the Virginia School Board Association by April 1st, so that still gives us plenty of time. So if you have any business honor roll nominees, please send me the names or be ready to submit them at the March 19th meeting.
I would ask that any of the schools or
Yes.
any of the programs, Blue Ridge or anybody that has a business partner who has been exceptional and you'd like to honor, that this is a great opportunity, and it was started by Mr. Boyles under his presidency for the Virginia School Board Association, and we certainly want to continue it forward, and we've got some great businesses and some great folks out there who support our school system, and we need to recognize that.
And also, because of the events of the last week and budget, getting really involved in the budget and a variety of other little annoying things that got in the way, I do not have information for you on the middle school naming process that I will have for you on the 19th as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
So
thank you.
we're still in good shape as far as that's concerned.
Okay. Discussions by school board, potential March 19th agenda items, approval of proposed fiscal year 2016 budget, and middle school naming discussions.
And I think you now can add the business honor roll nominees to that as
Business honor
well.
roll. Okay. We took care of the closed session after our work session, so is there any more business? Well, since Mr. Boyle served as chairman and he now serves as vice chairman, and this is his final meeting, I would like to turn the gavel over to him for adjournment.
This meeting is adjourned.